Hi guys, welcome to my channel. On today's video I'm going to show you how I made this pedestal table with just recyclable materials. If you're new here, my name is Alice. I post home decor, DIY, fashion and lifestyle video. So stay tuned and see how I got on. So for this DIY you're going to need a cardboard tube. I got this one for free on Facebook Marketplace, and then I went ahead and measured the length of how tall I wanted the table to be. This it all depends on how tall you want your table to be, so it's all personal preferences. And then just measure it around because we're going to cut it out. Once you're happy, you should have something similar to this. And then go ahead and use a handheld saw or anything that you've got and cut it as even as you can get. You should end up with a cardboard tube, a round board. I'm using a chopboard for my DIY. I'm also using these wooden blocks to fill the tube. Then I went ahead with no more nail glue and glued and sealed the bottom of the tube, because this is where I'm going to use the little piece of wooden blocks to fill the table and just to make it stable and strong. You have the option of using sand or anything you want just to fill the tube and make it a little bit strong and stable for use. You should end up with something like this, so leave it to dry for a couple of hours before you move on to the next step. So this is the corrugated cardboard paper roll that I'm going to use, and I'm just gonna wrap it around the cardboard tube just like that. So go ahead and measure the length or the size of your cardboard and just use a sharp Stanley knife or crafty knife and just cut it out. Go ahead with a hot glue gun and a little bit of liquid glue and just glue the corrugated cardboard paper roll around the cardboard tube. My corrugated roll wasn't long enough to cover the length of the whole tube, so I had to improvise and cut out the remaining length and glue it on the tube. So I tried as much as possible to position the cardboard tube in the middle of the round board, just to give it a balance. So if whatever kind of board you're planning to use, make sure you position it in the middle. As you can see from the spirit level that the table is not leveled, so I had to improvise and glue a few pieces of cardboard just to level it prior to gluing the round board. Prior to gluing the round table, I placed a few pieces of wood inside the tube just to give it a little bit of stability and make the table more stronger. So again, I made sure that the table was leveled before gluing the round board. I used a mixture of no more nails and hot glue to glue the round board on the tube. Then I placed a heavy object on top of the table and left it overnight for the glue to dry. So this is how the table turned out after I left it to dry overnight, and as you can see, I wasn't so happy with the lines that was showing as a result of gluing the two pieces of corrugated cardboard. So I had to improvise and use a tiny little piece of corrugated cardboard and wrap it around it just like this. So I did the same thing I did with the corrugated cardboard by applying liquid glue and hot glue and just glue it around the area that was joined together. So here's the finished product of the table, and I am pleased on how it turned out. As you can see, it looks nice and neat, if I should say so myself. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I will really appreciate if you do so. And you can also hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. So let me know what you think about this DIY. And this is the joint that I made. I try and put all the joint together at the back, which doesn't look too bad, to be honest. So yeah, you guys do let me know what you think about this DIY, and thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in my next video. Bye for now.